Hey y'all, hey, it is Thursday. Thoughts? Listen, better late than never. Better late than never. So I was really kind of debating because I did get a late start coming out here, whether or not to do the Thursday thoughts. But I was on vacation last week. You might have saw some of the pictures. Me and my mom, we were in Savannah, Georgia last week. Let me just say, shout out to Savannah, Georgia. The people in Georgia are so kind, so sweet, and the food was incredible, y'all. The food was incredible. So, as with every Thursday thoughts, we're going to start off by saying what I am thankful for. And there is just so much I'm thankful for. I'm thankful for that when I woke up this morning, that was a blessing. Got out of bed, no aches, no pains, right? Thankful that as I had to go on the highway to go into the office today, God protected me, brought me home safe. Thanking Him for covering my children and keeping them safe and protected as they go to and from their jobs. So I was just thinking, like, there is just so much to be thankful for. And in today's world, it can be easy to get distracted, right? And to forget just how blessed we are. So, in the comments, y'all, what are you thankful for? What are you thankful for? I mean, really, what are you grateful for? There's just so much. And don't lose sight of the blessings that you already have. That you already have. So as I was thinking about today's show, and I was like, okay, what are we gonna talk about today? What are we gonna talk about today? And then I started thinking, like, okay, well, what are you focused on? Like, what are you focused on? What's in your mind that's sitting in your mind? What are you thinking about? Because whatever you think about and you're putting all your attention to, that becomes the center of your focus. And so we can't think about two different things at the same time. And where I'm going with this is, I forget what it was this week, y'all. Earlier this week, I forget what it was, but I was thinking of something negative. I was thinking of something negative, and I was like, like I said, I can't even remember what it was because as I started thinking on it, then I kind of stopped myself and I was like, you know what? I'm not getting ready to think on whatever the challenge was. It totally slips my mind because I said, you know what? Instead of thinking on what that challenge is, let me think on what I really want. Let me think on the goal, the thing that I want to accomplish. And so, what I want to say is, how many of you are out there today and you can come up with a million things, make a million negative things to think about and or talk about? You can talk yourself out of applying for jobs. You talk yourself out of learning new skills. You talk yourself out of meeting new interesting people. Um, you talk yourself out of even taking vacations, taking up a new hobby, something that you've always wanted to do. How many of you find yourselves periodically just kind of you find yourself really talking about negative stuff or thinking on negative stuff? How many times? So, what I started doing is I started catching myself that every time I would think of something that is a challenge for me or that could be a problem, I started thinking of, okay, so if that happens, then what? Or how about, again, going to what the goal is? So let's say example, if your goal is you want to, hey, how you doing, y'all? So today, so like if let's say if your goal is I want a new job or a promotion, and you're like, but the market, it's not those many jobs out there right now, or it's going to be difficult. Automatically, now you're putting all those hurdles in your way. It doesn't mean you don't have to be aware of the hurdles, but don't let the hurdles become shackles to hold you back. Again, when you put your focus on something, that means you're putting your attention and your energy towards whatever you're focused on. So if you're focused on what you can't do, guess what? You ain't gonna do it. You ain't gonna do it. But if you focus on what you can do, like what are some of the things I can do, then you will gain momentum. You'll gain momentum. Like I started on, I told you at the beginning of the year, I'm committed to getting healthier, getting in better shape and building a healthier lifestyle for myself, right? Now I could have came up with a number of excuses, right? Of challenges of why I can't do it, right? Oh, I just don't have enough time. How many of y'all done said I don't have enough time for something, right? For something that you say is important to you, but then you're like, when somebody says, "Well, did you do so and so?" and you're like, "Well, I just didn't have enough time." That wasn't what you were focused on. But we all know we make time for what's what important to us, right? How many of y'all can remember when you might have been dating somebody and you're like, why did you call? Like I called such, and their response was, "Oh, I was just so busy." And you thought in your head, what? You make time for what's important to you. So the same thing. So I just want to say that today on Thursday Thoughts, let's really think on what are we focusing on? What are you focused on? So when it's things you want, like if you know you have a desired life you want to live, what are you doing to get that? What are you focused on? Are you focused on everything you went through in the past? Because guess what? That's in the past. Now, small caveat. If you do have things in the past that you need to deal with and you're having trouble, get yourself a therapist. Get somebody that can help you deal with some things that you can't deal with on your own in the past if it's really stopping you from going forward. But for many of us, we revisit the past and we play back things in our mind because they're familiar. These stories, right? Things that have happened. And you're like, and because there are experiences that we've had, our experiences, our lived experiences, they impact how we see and how we think about the present and the future because they're our point of reference, right? But we have to change our focus. So, again, today you're going to hear me say that a lot. Let's change our focus. Let's focus on, you know, what matters most to you. So, what matters most to you? What matters most to me is, I love peace of mind. That is so important to me. My health is important to me. So, I make sure that I'm getting my physical activity in every day. Every day. Now, I'm not going to lie, y'all. I have fallen off the little food wagon because when I was on vacation last week with mama and we were in Savannah, Georgia, ooh wee. Let me tell you, they eating good in Savannah, y'all. They eating good in Savannah. Heck, even when I go to Atlanta, they eating real good. I think it's a Georgia thing. They just eating good in Georgia, y'all. Eating good. Okay. We went to a restaurant. I'm all off topic right now, but we went to this restaurant called Vic's off the river or Vic's on the river. Ooh wee, ooh wee. Them green fried tomatoes, baby. And then we had some what's that? Short ribs of beef with some collard greens and some cornbread. I ate. Then they had ice cream. Anyway, I digress. The point I'm trying to get to, y'all, is that, you know, as long as you come back to focusing on what's important to you, and making sure that actions that you do are lining up. So in the comments, tell me, what is something important to you that maybe you haven't been focused on lately, that now you want to focus? You want to focus. You want to really zoom in on that thing because you want to accomplish it. What is your focus that you haven't been focused on? In the comments, what's something that you you want to be focused on, but you haven't? I know um, this week I have been trying to retune and recalibrate. I'll say that, recalibrate how I'm eating, because I had to get out of the vacation mode and get back to, okay, now it's time for healthier choices, um, intake more vegetables. So today, when I went to work, before I went to work, I packed my lunch. I had a salad. And when you work in the office setting, y'all, I always like to have something to crunch, and my go-to used to be chips or Cheez-Its. So what I did was I went to the grocery store the other day and they have carrot chips, like carrots, fresh carrots, but they're sliced like chips. And I put some in a Ziploc bag and I was eating on the carrot chips when I wanted to snack on like what would have normally been my potato chip snack. I just snacking on the carrots. And then I had some grapes and a few cherries, a few strawberries. And then I had a boost for breakfast. So I did have a boost for breakfast. And then I had my salad for lunch. But I did all that because I had to change my focus. My other focus was I always want to continue to learn and develop. So last year I had purchased the services for Masterclass. I don't know how many of you are familiar with Masterclass, but it's genius. Like whatever your interests are, from business to cooking to art to meditation, just you name it, they have a Masterclass that's tied into it some kind of way. And so I said that, every morning I'm on the treadmill, like 6 days a week. I'm on the treadmill in the morning. That's how I start my morning. And because it just gives me energy, it helps me when I need to start really thinking on execution for the day. So while I'm on the treadmill, I used to watch TV while I was on the treadmill. I would like, watch a little TV while I'm on the treadmill. But then I said, instead of watching TV, I can take a master class. So all this week, I've been taking a master class while I've been on the treadmill. Um, And it's been so rewarding because I'm meeting my goals daily. And that's important for me. I don't know about y'all, but knowing that, okay, I'm focused on this, I'm committed to this, you'll start to see progress because you're doing things that are aligned to what you say you value, what you truly value. And once you start aligning all of your actions to what you say you want, and you start accomplishing your goals, you get closer and closer to where you want to be, you start to see progress. It feels really, really, really good, but you're not going to feel that rewarding feeling if you're not focused. So what are you focused on? If you got negative people calling you up and all they want to do complain, now listen, don't get me wrong, because my girls know me. Anytime I may need to vent or to share a struggle I'm going through, I call. So it's not to say that, right? But you know the difference between your friend that's going through something and they need to talk it out, and then somebody that's just negative all the time. You know the people I'm talking about. They just suck the life out of any room they walk into because they bring in a bag full of negativity all the time. So again, not talking about the friends that's going through something and they need somebody to talk to, or when you're going through something and you need somebody to talk to. I'm talking about when you're focusing on a lot of negative things and you're allowing that to prevent you from seeing and from being focused on your goal, right? Don't get distracted. Don't get distracted, because distraction will keep you from getting what you want. It'll keep you from the career you want. It'll keep you from the relationships that you want. It will keep you from a peace of mind. It will keep you from feeling and being fulfilled within yourself. So, on this Thirsty Thoughts, I'm going to leave you all with a thought to just please, please, please focus. Focus on what matters to you. And if you're sitting here around right now and you're thinking, like, well, I don't even really know what matters to me, like, I don't even know where I want, start right there. Start with identifying, what do you want? What makes you smile? What's next for you? Spend time just focusing, because the outside world can make things seem so noisy. And when things get noisy in here, for me, I will walk on the treadmill because physical activity helps clear the mind. Um, it helps relieve immediate stress and anxiety as well, especially if you do exercises that are intense and get your adrenaline pumped. But sit down, focus, spend quiet time thinking about what you want. And every time a negative thought comes in your head that is distracting you or pulling you away from focusing on what matters and what you can do, redirect your thought. When something comes up to, you know what, you tried that before and it didn't work, or you're always, weird, something's always happening. When something always happens, what's the lesson in it? Oftentimes, in things that we identify as failures, those are lessons. And some lessons are very painful. Trust me, I know. But there are lessons even in that. So I wish you all a very, very pleasant. I think this is the first day of summer. So happy summer, y'all. Pleasant and beautiful summer. Y'all see, I'm out here on the patio. It's humid as all get out up here, but I'm like, I got to get out here in the evening a little bit. The sun has gone down and it feels great. So I just wanted to come out here, talk to you all just a little bit about focusing. What are you focusing? Your thoughts are so powerful because they drive your actions. Because when you think, you know, something can't be done, you've already defeated yourself. So we want to turn that around. Focus on the positive. All right. Have a pleasant night. It's been my joy to talk with you all, and I will see you all later. All right. Have a good one, y'all. Bye now.